Hi, everybody. This is Tom with Culture Chap. So, today I want to talk a little bit more about dyslexic actors. Now, a person I spoke to said, I wish there was a dyslexic app like the other dyslexic apps, or pardon me, the other script rehearsal apps that was just for dyslexic actors and cold reads. And I thought, what a nightmare. Why would you ask a dyslexic actor to do a cold reading in an audition? I, as a director, don't get much out of cold readings, but a lot of people still use them, and they're not going to go away. They're going to always be in auditions somehow. Some casting agents use them exclusively. It just depends on what part of theater, film, opera that you're in. Um, Here's my thought. What is a cold reading? A cold reading is you are given a piece, you are given a script, and you've had no preparation. And how do you do with these new words in front of you? That's difficult for a dyslexic. Now, the I get the pros of it, and I'll attach an article in the link below, the description below, on the pros and cons of cold readings. One of the cons in cold readings is people don't prepare at all. They don't bring in anything as far as their own. If they say, oh, it's just a cold reading, that's our audition. Well, then they don't have anything. They should always have a monologue prepared. We've talked about this in other audition videos. Um, so there is no preparation. You're just not getting the best out of people. There are a lot of people out there with different forms of dyslexia. Now, there are 4 types of dyslexia, and I'm sure there are other variations on those. And I want to talk about the first one I'm familiar with, which is phonological dyslexia. Now, what if a script has words that the person has never seen before? You think, oh, what could that be? Well, in the things that I've directed, I often, because of who I am and my background and the fact that I'm a dual citizen, I am often asked to direct things with Irish language in it, which is fine. They're usually in English, but there is some Irish language in it. That's great. I'm used to that. Now, I'm going to show you my own cousins because half of me is Irish, very recently immigrant to America. And these are my cousins' names: Neve, Oisin, Sina, and Siobhan. Look at the spellings of these. If this was a cold reading in an audition, would a dyslexic have any chance of getting through those names? Phonological dyslexia is associating the letters with the sounds. There is more to it than that, but that's pretty awful. Okay? And what directors that aren't very informed, or casting agents that aren't very informed, or producers might just write off the dyslexic as somebody dumb, and they're not. This is not about intelligence. This is about a different way of seeing things. This is why I wore this shirt with this wall. Complicated shirt, complicated background. Is it appropriate? No. Think of letters like that for the dyslexic. A little too much and a little too much, and all of it is a bit of a mess. Okay? That's an oversimplified way. I'm not sure an app for cold reading for dyslexics is out there, or that it can be created, because cold readings are usually, here's this piece of paper. Okay? It's not usually in dyslexic font. It's not usually on paper that is dyslexic friendly, which is often pink or light blue, depending on the type of dyslexia you have. If you're confused about this, there is another video I've made about dyslexic actors. Please watch that. That goes into that a little bit more. And you can't, one size does not fit all, okay? It just, the type of dyslexia they have, you don't know. And is it any of your business? Okay? Cold readings will always be there. If the person is having trouble, then you should be more aware as you're auditioning someone in your position to say, tripping over the words, tripping over the order of words. Just familiarize yourself because there's a lot of people in the creative community that are dyslexic, um, and go at it in a different way. The best part of cold readings to me is how they react to the other actor. So we're forming little groups. It's like when you see casting for a movie, like, did you audition together once you went to callbacks? Yes, we did, and we had chemistry. You see this talked about quite a bit right now with Wicked. We didn't know each other, we'd never met, the two leads, and then we had an audition together, and it just went beautifully. Instant chemistry, perfect symmetry to their voices, wonderful. It's hard to create this, but it is important for many successful shows to have good chemistry on stage, whatever the group is. Sometimes when you realize that you have someone dyslexic and they haven't admitted it to the group, because that's asking a lot, what's wrong with you? Don't ever do that. Sometimes being thrown new pages can just be too much for someone, and it has nothing to do with talent or intelligence. Really think about that. Nothing to do with it. I often just chuck the cold reading and I ask them to just have rapport with each other. Now, if I don't give them a script to do that with, then what do? I do a variety of things. Sometimes it's just yes, no. You say yes, you say no. Here's the scenario. You need to convince them to do this mystery thing, and they won't do it. Yes, no, no, yes, yes. That's a little oversimplified, but the thing about dyslexics that I found is that they're not, again, don't misunderstand. They are very good on the spot because they've had to be. Can they create whole scenarios? Maybe not. Can they handle a few lines? One line from the one person is, we really need to. Do we need to? I'm telling you, we really need to. Well, I don't understand why we need to. This is a great exercise to see how they go back and forth. Adding another favorite of mine, which makes people laugh, is non-fluencies. Do we really need to? Mm-hmm. I don't think we really need to. Those are non-fluencies. They're not actually words. They're just things we automatically sort of throw into like and oh. Those are non-fluencies. And there's a whole variety of those kind of things. Dyslexics are very good at those kind of things. These scenes can be very valuable. You're not doing it for 15 minutes. You're doing it for 2 or 3 minutes to see how they react, how they take direction, and how they work with others. Okay? These are the parts that you want to show, but that you want to get out of or show your other cast members and the other people involved in your audition. See these actors do very well together, especially when we take the pressure out of read all these new words, especially if they're Irish names that no one knows how to pronounce. I mean, maybe you do in Ireland, but are we really testing someone on their knowledge of another culture? And a first audition or a callback? No. These are simple ways of getting to where you need to be. Where's the talent? Where's the ingenuity? What is happening with these actors that tripped over these words? You're still doing fine. It's still fine. Now, I'm not saying give them gigantic improvisations to make you laugh, like it's a version of Whose Line Is It Anyway, or The Groundlings, or anything like that. Give them simple phrases, simple, familiar phrases that can build on them. They don't need to create a story. That's not what we're doing. We're testing how they react to other people and new situations, and again, how they take directions. Okay? Now do the same thing, but without words, just non-fluencies. Okay, it's more difficult. Just do this. This is an exercise that people in Scotland will laugh at me about, but because they're so hilarious there, they love to do it, which is the California yes-no. This probably has fallen out of favor, but it was popular when I was younger. It's yaha, nah-uh. Yaha, nah-uh. It's a lot of what siblings did. You'll see it in cartoons. Yaha, nuh-uh, yaha, nuh-uh, and combined with non-fluencies. Yaha, mm-hmm. It's very funny. That could be too much. But if you're doing a comedic show, trying to find if they can do comedy on the spot is key to your casting. Okay, a basic knowledge of dyslexic actors is good. Just sort of getting the basics. You don't have to study this for hours and hours. Just be like, ah, I recognize the markers. This actor may be dyslexic. Cold reading may not be the thing for them when the rest of their audition was so good. Okay? Cold readings for a dyslexic is usually guaranteed a stumbler. And then what have you done? You've just made them nervous. You just crashed your audition because you're not getting the best out of them. And that's what you want to do. Trust me, as a director, as a producer, anyone in the theater, when you audition, I want you to solve my problem. I don't want to look at 100 people. I want you to be the actor I want to choose. I want you to be the actor. I'm on your side. I wanted you to do your best work. And when you're nervous and crashing because of something happening to you, or not knowing the meaning, or just me not telling you as a director or a producer, here's what I'm after. I'm not being a help. I'm crashing it for myself, and I'm crashing it for the actor. Don't do it. Dyslexic actors are very creative, and they've had to learn and become more intelligent just to get through life. And there's so many of us in the arts that have a touch of dyslexia. All right, I wish there was a dyslexic app for this kind of things. Don't think there is. But hey, if you're out there in app land and you want to make a thing that could make money, maybe this is for you. I'm giving this idea away to you. Okay. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe. I need subscribers, please. I'm getting a lot of views, but I'm not getting a ton of subscribers, and I need that. All right. That's enough begging. Do well, and we'll talk again. Thanks. Bye.